Namaskar. Today I am going to talk about the Indo-Assam conflict. The Indo-Assam conflict has its roots in the distant past. Assam was a sovereign country before it went to the hands of British in the 19th century. The mainland Indians did not have any clear idea about Assam. Even father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, did not have a very good opinion about Assam and the people of Assam. He regarded the Assamese people as Siths and bandits, Thog aru Pindari. So he was reluctant to extend his freedom movement to Assam against the colonial power. Later, of course, when he visited Assam, he fell in love with the natural beauty of the land. During his visit to Hualkusi, he was astonished to see that one weaver making his portrait on cloth in her handloom just in front of him while he was there. He praised the weavers of Assam, saying that they could make unique designs in their clothes produced in their looms. Then he offered apology for his earlier opinion about Assam and Assamese people. This incident has the significance that people from mainland India did not have good opinion about Assam and Assamese people. This was observed by the people of Assam and they became quite skeptical about the intentions of the mainland Indians. The Government of India Act 1935 was enacted in 1936 during British rule. Late Ambika Barua wrote in the issues of the Assamese magazine Abahan in the 6th year under the titles Moi Bharatiya Noho, I am not an Indian, and Akhom Bharatbarkhat Kyo Thakibo, why Assam will be in India. So the discontentment of the people of Assam was reflected in those articles when Assam was proposed to be included in India. In March 1946, the Prime Minister of England, Clement Attlee, reached India along with two other ministers, Lord Stafford Cripps and Admiral of Navy Alexander. They brought with them their majestic declaration. The team started talk with Congress and Muslim League. The declaration was published on 6th May 1946. It proposed to divide India into three groups, A, B and C divisions. Assam was kept in the C division along with East Bengal or Bangladesh. There was strong reaction in Assam against it. Gopinath Bordoloi debated against it and failed. On January 6, 1947, the declaration was accepted in toto by the Akhil Bharatiya Congress Committee in its meeting. 12 representatives of Assam Congress led by Gopinath Bordoloi left the meeting hall protesting against it. Bordoloi told the press that the Assam Congress is automatically disaffiliated from the mother organization. The newspapers published the comment. They wrote about Bordoloi. We have heard about the jungles of Assam but saw its lions in Delhi. Gopinath Bordoloi became the first Prime Minister of Assam in the interim government under British rule. On 16 July 1946, after the election, he surprised everybody with a proposal. According to his proposal, the Assembly rejected their majestic declaration, especially the section number 15 of it. That means the Assembly of Assam rejected the proposal of grouping and keeping Assam in the Division C. Bordoloi said that the Constitution of Assam should be separate from the Constitution of India. The Constitution could be written by the Assembly and the people of Assam only. No other had the right to do so. The meeting also directed the representatives not to take part in the group council who were elected to join the constitution meeting. The three members of Muslim League also could not join the group council for that. Dr. Amalendra Guha regarded this proposal as the declaration of independence. Jawaharlal Nehru, who was excited to become the first Prime Minister of India, was indifferent towards the problems and demands of the people of Assam. When he was asked to stop the procedure of grouping, he said, "We cannot delay the independence of India even for 1 minute only for Assam." Nehru's indifference towards Assam was again seen during his rule as the Prime Minister of independent India in 1962. Chinese occupied some portions of the Arunachal Pradesh. The Indian army was defeated by the Chinese troops on the border. Then Jawaharlal Nehru offered farewell to Assam, saying, "My heart bleeds for Assam." What else could the people of Assam expect from a government run by such a Prime Minister? In the independent India, the natural resources of Assam were seen taken away by the central government of India. Assamese people had to fight for everything, whether it is to acquire recognition of Assamese language or setting up of refinery in Assam. Observing this type of attitude of the Indian government, there were debates and discussions in Assam State Assembly on that issue. In 1968, Phani Bora, a CPI MLA, during his speech in the assembly regarding homeland for Assamese, said, pounding the table, "Assam is a colony of India." It is remarkable that the statement was made by a communist, not by any nationalist leader. The train of incidents of the following period, including the Assam agitation by All Assam Students Union, the armed struggle for freedom by United Liberation Front of Assam, ALFA, and the recent protest against Citizenship Amendment Act are the visible examples of the Indo-Assam conflict. People of Assam always have to fight to get something from the Indian government. Most of the ministers and MLAs, including the Chief Minister of Assam, started their political career participating in such movements. So it is noticed that Indo-Assam conflict has been prevailing throughout the ages till date in different forms.